what's up, guys?
Hey, what's up? It's Bobby standing in for Gio's fuck ass. What shit you play? How many people you schmurder? What'd you win?
So we did there's a winning map today at Geeked Out. This was the map that I won. I placed first place with Undefeated, and I played Spright Frogs.
Why'd you play Frogs over Tri Brigade, the better one?
Because I sold all my kits. I sold them all when they were like $5-10 a pop.
Fuck ass.
Hey, bro, they nice. You know, a little change right there.
Yes, sir. Okay.
All right, so to get into it, we did 3 blues. Definitely the starter, most important card for Sprites. We did Jets, which searches you a Spright spell or trap, which from what I've seen, and I don't remember them having a trap. If it hasn't released, then it probably will. Who knows? Then we have the one-ofs, the 1 red, which is a monster negate. Spright Carrot, which is the spell trap negate. And then 1 Pixies. Pixies is not usually part of the standard build, but I wanted to try it out today, see how it worked. And to be honest, it didn't really come up except one time when the opponent tried to get rid of my only totally awesome on the board, because he was the last monster I had. I simply discarded like Alistair and, gave him damage, and he destroyed his own monster. So it saved me for a turn.
I thought you were talking a little bit of shit about me for a little bit.
Finger. All right, so and then we have the Diva package. This was Nimble Beaver before, but the only thing is Nimble Beaver's not a tuner. So, I mean, spoiler, we do use Hulk, but Diva was nice. At this time, it didn't really. There's been a time where I've drawn all 3, and it like sucked. So in this case, I got lucky and did draw multiples. Swap Frog, 3 of course, because it's a foolish, and you can actually use this to help bounce back a hand trap from field to hand. So if you don't have one, you can definitely, stack your hand with it. Then of course you have Ronin Totem and Duke. Duke Frog was, I bricked on it once. I drew into him against the Eldlich matchup. And the opponent was like, yo, standby phase, and I had totally awesome, and I was like, yeah, that's good. And that was kind of dead giveaway that I drew into Duke Frog, because I'm like, it's useless in your hand. So it is kind of a brick. It does save you sometimes, but not too many times. So I might cut it, to be honest. For the hand traps, we have Ghost Ogres, 2. We have 2 DD Crows, and then we have 2 Ash Blossoms. I wanted to do 3 Ash Blossoms, but in order for me to do a more versatile hand trap setup, I cut it down to 2, which wasn't too bad, honestly. And like I said, you can search it and add it to hand, so I wasn't really too worried about, drawing into it too much.
How you searching the Ash?
So the way it works is when you have Diva, you normal summon it, use the effect to bring out the other Diva. Of course, add your other monsters, go into Hulk with a Diva and another Spright, use its effect to bring out a tuner. This was before Gigantic, so make sure you have orange on the field, or red, no, carrot, the monster negate. It's always confusing because they always they look the opposites. Anyway, so then you bring out Swap Frog on Gigantic, and then Swap Frog will target this, add it back to hand, so you can attempt to normal summon again. So you don't have to have one in hand, but it's cost to bounce it back to hand. So you use Hulk, summon this out, and then go into your Gigantic Spright. Gigantic Spright, bring this out, and then bam, you stack it. So which is pretty nice. That's if you don't have that, or you can do it to bring out an Ogre if you already have an Ash. So, but make sure you do it before Gigantic, because Gigantic limits you to level 2 or lower, and these are obviously level 3s. And so, unless you're running the Hoppier Squadron, which I was before, and that's the play that I was doing before. Then for the spells, that's it for the monsters. And for the spells, we're doing 3 Spright Starter. I like Starter. I just hate that it kind of burns us. So game 3, we have to be careful when to use it and how we use it. 1 Smasher, the non-target banish, is actually pretty nice. Helped me on game 2 for interrupting a Tearlament on my final round. And then we have 1 Spright Gamma Burst. Spright Gamma Burst was actually MVP. I used it almost every single match that I can remember to help beat over big monsters. So it was pretty nice. Then, of course, you got 3 Dark Ruler No More. definitely MVP. It does help a lot, especially if you're going second. I think we lost the dice roll a few times, and the times that we did, we drew into this, and it helped us.
No, man broke open my board because he drew 2 of these, and I played it out for only one of them.
Yeah, there's a hot red?
It was hot red with a trap. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, and just all right, Dark Ruler, cool. Anyway, and then just continue combo, right? Do 2 prosperity because 3 is a lot. I would banish 3 basically for each to help, with the board consistency. The extra deck is pretty tight, so I can't afford to banish 6, once and then another 3, the second time.
Why prosperity over any other pot?
Okay, so prosperity, at least you get, okay, so it is a draw, it is add 1, but the 2 upsides is you can choose what you banish, and there are extra monsters that we can sacrifice that we're like, all right, if I didn't draw into Diva, Hulk is going away. And if I didn't draw into a frog, then Amirage goes away, right? So that's already 2, and then the next one usually is like access code if it's not turn 3 or turn 2 if I went second. So it's easier to choose, and then being able to pick and choose which card you add to hand, and if it's one that you really need, I definitely prefer that over randomly gambling banish 10 of my potential key cards, and then drawing 2 into something that I just activated, used, or don't really need. It's too risky for me. I gamble, but I don't gamble that much, all right? So yeah, prosperity for sure. Then I did the 2 talents, which is definitely the MVP. It won me my final round in game 3. Basically stole one of his fusion Tearlament monsters, and linked it away for Underworld Goddess, which was pretty nice. Then for the traps, we do 3 imperm, because it's a nice little hand trap at the same time. You get to lock up some stuff. The 1 of the Call by the Grave, and the 1 of Monster Reborn. Monster Reborn came in clutch also. I never saw this at all today, which is like insane. So the Monster Reborn, I basically activated Monster Reborn against a Tearlament player. On my turn, I already went to battle phase, and I brought out Elf effect, bring out another. He activated the Tearlament monster that activates in hand on your turn, and this was main phase 2. So then I activated triple tactics, and then stole the fusion, and then linked everything away, including his fusion and one of his other monsters. And basically, there was nothing he could do, which was pretty nice.
The ultra rare combat?
I think so. Yeah, the Secret Row was in the live twin deck. I gotta swap it out. Now for the extra deck, we do 1 Amirage, 2 Elf. Amirage helps with the swap frog plays if you draw into it. Definitely really nice. 2 Elves, I might do 3 because it comes up. If it goes into the grind game, it definitely comes up. The only thing is when the turn you link summon her, you can't use her for link summoning material. So, but if you Monster Reborn her, I mean, hey, you can use it right then and there.
How often does the grind game come up? Because this deck puts up a bunch of like little weenies.
Well, to be honest, it can't come up often, especially if people have Dark Ruler no more. And if you can't kill them on turn, 4 or 3, then, I mean, but you can stay alive long enough, yeah, it would go. But as of right now, it's only gone to the grind game like maybe twice. This is my second time officially trying it out with changes and all. So I mean, this obviously worked, but 3 might be a good thing. 1 IP Masquerena, definitely helped out. Either to go into Goddess, link away their stuff for the mirror matches, or use her to go into bigger monsters and kind of save you, protect you. Dark, I was gonna use it. It's always a 50-50, but not too often. It does help for the Underworld Goddess play, to help bring out monsters and kind of just help beat over your opponent.
That card seems like it would be crazy.
Yeah.
Because like Tear is all dark, Punk is like a chaos deck, so they play dark, Dragon Link.
True. The only thing is it would bring out 1 monster, but the issue that I had was every time this would come up, it wouldn't give the amount of damage that I needed to kill, or at least put on more. I can always put more damage without this than with this. was the only thing.
So you're thinking about cutting it for the third elf?
It's a possible, to be honest. I would think so, but if anything, it might be a Phoenix, Nightmare Phoenix, because I went against Eldlich today, and I had, what was it, the 2 fire attributes, and I had Gozen. I got Gozen locked every 2 times, so Phoenix definitely would have helped me there, and then I could just proceed to combo if I, shuffled it back. Nightmare Unicorn, this might be swapped out because I never summoned this ever. This is another prosperity material.
And the Hulk is just combo piece?
Hulk is definitely the key part with the Diva plays to help you stack your hand with the Ash, with the hand trap. So Hulk right now is good until something happens or if he gets banished or banned. Goddess is definitely the MVP. This is exactly, this helps break your opponent's board, especially because you can bring out so many monsters. You have access code, which never comes up, prosperity material, and the MVP for today for Tearlaments was this. They have such a hard time beating this because it can't be targeted, and if you use IP, it can't be destroyed by card effects. So the only way they can, actually get rid of this is by Kaiju or having one of hers.
Or Frank could drop his balls on it.
Yeah, exactly. Which, is not big of a drop. Not a big drop, but, it's okay, he can try. We do have a semi-Zeus package. We have Cavalry and Zeus. Zeus he only came up once, and that was against the Eldlich player. And even then, I'm lying. It came up against Frank in his...
Sky Striker.
No, who did I play? Anyway, I forgot. But it came up once, and they let it go through. Cavalry...
No Downard?
No Downard. It plays into Nip. And if I have to go into this and then attack and then, lay 2 more, that goes into Nip and doesn't really do much. Who knows? But yeah, this helps because you can use the Spright Burst to bump them up to 34, which definitely helps to beat over people. And then you have the 2 Gigantic. This is pretty nice. I almost did not resolve this half the time because people either impermed, ghost ogred, or straight up ashed it. So once they ashed it, then that's when I would go into Zeus. I would just attack with him and then go and slap Zeus right on top. And 1 totally awesome. I was running 2. 1 seems to be good enough, and this card definitely should be banned. Definitely needs to be banned.
You're just prepping for when it gets hit like it did in the OCG.
Definitely, yeah. It's pretty broken to use two Omni Negates back to back, and then just go and link it to Goddess is pretty nice.
Yes, sir. You got any shout outs for any people you want to shout out?
Shout out to Geeked Out, Def for holding the Winamat tournament. Shout out to everybody that showed up on the stream. Shout out to everybody for basically showing support and helping me record videos and kicking in, just shooting the shit. And everybody who helped me put the deck together because it was hard as hell to freaking find these cards, bro.
Man, I forgot one last shout out. Shout out to everyone who didn't listen to me and scoop on stream.
Everybody supposed to scoop, bro. Last thing before we go is gonna be the side deck. 2 Lightning Storms, 1 Arby's Feather Duster. This helped me not really against Eldlich. Eldlich is definitely sucky against his deck because floodgates are a thing.
Is there any reason that you don't just play the 3 Lightning Storm?
The only thing is there are times that you would draw into a second. For example, if I drew into this, activated, they stopped it, I brought my board, I lived another turn, and I didn't kill them, and I drew onto this is not useless. So Harpy's Feather Duster is definitely better. A better replacement for the 3rd. Because there's no errata or whatever it is that where you have to control something or not. It's really nice. The Gamma package never comes up. I never use it. I never cite it. I don't know why. I just don't. I hate playing the brick because every time I play this package, I draw into him, and it sucks. 2 Anti-Spell. Does help for game 3 for the Dark Ruler. And that's usually about it. That and Lightning Storm. But I usually tag team it with this. So in case I draw 1 of each, I activate this, chain this, and then rip out a card in their hand. This actually helped me against first round in against swordsoul. I basically snatched their tie and banished it for 2 turns. And then with triple tactics, like, you know, it's pretty nice. You start grabbing shit out of their hand.
Yeah, he plays this because no one knows what the fuck this card does.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yo, what do you mean? Look at my hand. Yeah, no, show me. But you ain't even got to do nothing. Just draw. Let me see what you got. And then 3 evenly. Evenly was nice. It helped once, but other than that, it wasn't, you know, it did its job when it needed to. The last card that stayed though was Tikaboo, which definitely messed me up. I was like, yo, what? That's the card you left? All right, cool, appreciate it. That was against the Eldlich player. First round we went against swordsoul, 1-2-0. Second round we went against
Me?
yes,
On Punk?
Bobby. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Was that 2-0?
That was 2-0.
That was 2-0.
Don't gotta
He
put me on
bricked.
blast like that.
He bricked. Dark Ruler came in clutch. Round 3 was, man, it was before Tearlament. Where did I go against? Don't even remember. And
that
then
the swordsoul
oh
matchup?
no, that was, 3 was the Eldlich matchup, and then 4 was Tearlament. Tearlament, I did not know what to hit, and shout out to him. I believe his name was Greg. Like, he helped me out. He was like, yo, he was just messing around, and he was like, hit kit. Because I kept asking the one that activates in hand, and I was like, yo, I don't even know what I'm doing with this deck, because I can watch Tom Box all day and just hear it in the background, but not pay attention at all. So, real cool dude. Definitely helped me out. Taught me something I didn't know, and that's something I'll always remember.
I got 2 words for you, Gio, and they are soul drain.
Oh, shit. But yeah. We'll be uploading all these matches, and we'll see y'all later. Peace.